Hi guys, I had an amazing day here in Paris. It was very emotional and been doing some interviews and I'm finishing off with my favorite, Courtney. Here, we are ready to go.
We are ready to go. Okay, yes, I'm Courtney, WTA Insider, and I'm with Ana Ivanovic, who's here in Paris. Lovely ceremony out on Court Philippe Chatrier. What was it like for you to see that highlight reel? Because even I got a little bit emotional looking at that 21-year-old Ana Ivanovic in that pink Adidas bubble dress. I mean, all of it. It was a lot of thoughts came back flying.
Yes, very much so. And actually, I've been mentally preparing for that moment, so not to cry, to be strong. And then I saw the video and I was like holding back my tears. So it brought back a lot of nice memories, and not only from that year, but also from the years before and last few years as well. So it's been a great feeling to be back.
When you step back on the grounds, even now as a retired player, what is the emotion that you get when you come back, and what's the first thing that you remember, I guess, when you think of Roland Garros?
Well, it's really strange. Even though I haven't been around the last few months, I felt like, I was just here.
Yeah.
And it sort of all the emotions came back because it's real and it didn't feel very strange at all.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot still, and I miss playing sometimes, especially the red clay.
Yeah.
I love being here, but I enjoy my life too.
Well, it's good to hear that you've been watching, because I just want to get your sense of it. I mean, 6 months of the season. I mean, I don't know how much you've been watching or anything, but what are your thoughts, I guess, so far of 2017 women's tennis?
I think it's been an interesting year, and it's great to see Elina Svitolina do so well today. And it brought back memories from when I done that at the age of 19 and 20. But it's great to see Svitolina do well.
Okay.
And my sparring partner is working with her.
That's
so
right, Andrew Vettles. Yeah.
Yes, so it's nice to see Baz there, and we keep in touch sometimes. I do send message of congratulations. So it's really fun, and I keep in touch with my friends that I had on tour, and I feel like I haven't missed much.
I was going to say, because I think the last time I spoke to you was after you made the announcement on Facebook Live, and I think at the end of the conversation I was like, well, I hope that we get to see you, and Ana was like, don't worry, I'll be around. And here you are 6 months later, and we'll see you, I guess, next month as well around Wimbledon and stuff. I mean, what do you do now? Because I know you're saying the other day in the press, or yesterday, a few minutes ago, in the press conference, that you miss the competition. That's the thing that you miss about not being on tour. So what do you do, I guess, to kind of scratch that itch?
Don't worry, there is plenty of competition when you do sports, when you play cards,
That's
when
true.
you want to beat someone at something, whatever it is. A lot of pride involved, so that's absolutely fine. So I get my dose of competition, but it's been a different life, obviously, and I've been trying to focus on the ideas that I had sort of also last few years. I had the idea of things I wanted to do after my career, because I felt like tennis gave me so much, and I felt like I wanted to give something in return, and it was time for me to do that, and to step aside and to think about what's next. And I've been working on some new projects, some very exciting projects that are coming out very soon, so you will hear all about that. And some other ideas that we had, in combining the healthy living, being fit, and still having fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's not bad. I mean, now that you're in the States for a little while, because you're based out of Chicago for the time being, what has that experience been like? Because I know that being European, having the conversations that I've had with other Europeans, the way that girls approach sport and fitness and health can be very different from country to country, from culture to culture. The States has a little bit, I think, it seems like maybe a little different take, especially with respect to women in sport. Have you picked up on that at all?
Yes, big time actually. It's very different, and first of all, I think people there are much more aware of things. They really try to work out more. There is, of course, a lot more social media involved than in Europe, and that was a big adjustment for me, because everything is really out in the open. And they're really keen. And for me, it was interesting when I arrived there, when I was talking to certain people about my ideas. Everyone was really excited about that, because they love the fact that they can be fit, that they can eat well, and they have really good awareness of it. So that's something that I definitely want to approach and work on in the future.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of keeping fit in Chicago, I mean, is Ana Ivanovic taking runs on the lake? Are you at the gym? How do you kind of stay? Because you look awesome.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. I mean, it's not a surprise. But how are you kind of staying active, I guess, now that you're off tour?
I'm getting ready for a volleyball tournament.
Are you serious? I was like, no, really?
Well, I love playing volleyball.
Yeah, and they have the beach ones.
Time,
Yeah.
all over. So for sure I'll play some, but no,
awesome.
I enjoy running and biking, and I've already been for some runs. One particular run, it was not a good weather. It was very windy. It was still like April, and it was a little bit rainy. But I said, you know what? I'm just gonna toughen it out. I'm gonna go run outside. I had my beanie on, scarf, like all proper outfit, and it was just so brutal that all the other people kept running and biking, and I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. And that lasted for about 20 minutes. And then I gave up. And I had pain in my ear for like 2 weeks. But other than that, it's been great.
Oh, that sounds amazing, working out in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're like a Midwesterner now. Midwesterners are a little bit different. They're a harder people. Like they have to toughen out the winters and stuff. So you can't be a soft European anymore.
No, definitely, but they're super friendly and they're so nice. There are many great restaurants, and we've been just finding good people around as well. And to have lake and beach, it's very relaxing and very beautiful.
Yeah, it's not like being landlocked, even though you're in the middle of America,
and,
you know.
And the culture, like I've been going around museums and planetarium, aquarium, I've done it all, and it's really interesting, and they have some amazing artwork. Yeah, no, the Art Institute in Chicago is one of my favorite museums in America. It's awesome. But going back to tennis just a little bit, your name keeps popping up a little bit this weekend because of Ostapenko, and youngest player into a final here in Paris since you in 2007. So you were coming up, and then we have a situation where Pliskova and Halep are on court right now. So I don't know, but Pliskova's playing a semifinal to potentially be number one. Yeah. I remember that one. I remember it too very well. Anna had to beat Elina in the semifinal 2008 to get to number one. Yes. You didn't know. Yes, and I think the situation is a little bit different nowadays with much more social media. How can you hide, right? You cannot miss. Yeah. And even then, I was surprised they kept it quiet. Yeah, no kidding. And then the third thing is Simona Halep, who's already made a final here. She's going to play. She could potentially play a second final. Maybe it's the opportunity, kind of like you. You won in your second final here in Paris. I mean, I don't know. Your name gets woven into the tennis history. And then I come. It was kind of perfect. It's perfect. It's simpatico, so it works out well. But when you think about that memory of like playing for number one and having that ranking on the line, I know you weren't aware of it at the time, but once you kind of got it, I'm kind of curious. Like, what do you remember? What your thoughts were? Because it was all whirlwind because you then won the title and everything happened. Well, I remember they do film here in the locker room a little bit, like behind the scenes. Oh my gosh, I remember this video. Yes, and I want to see that video because I really was not aware of the situation. And this woman came to me and she said, "Congratulations, how do you feel as the new number one?" And I'm like, "Thank you." What? Wait, what? And that's how it happened. So, to be honest, it was not easy to go out next day and play, or 2 days later, because I had in my mind like I achieved this amazing thing. Yeah. So I was a little bit like deflated, but I just wanted it so much, and I just kept fighting. I had a good tactic, I guess, in place. I tried to think more about those things rather than occasion, and to be honest, winning a Grand Slam was even more special. Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you, Anna, for sitting down. Enjoy your day in Paris. We look forward to seeing you soon. Always a pleasure to talk to you. And yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Courtney. Thank you, guys. See you soon.